Hello, everybody, welcome. Rosa Saga, let's get hello. Everybody, welcome. Rosa Saga, investigator. So here I am back at the office, and let's see here. I have blurred the background, but just I noticed somebody left a comment saying, "Oh, I miss Rosie in her pink chair." So I'm just gonna go back to the blurred, but here I am. Okay, just so you know. And it's a long story, to explain. I have been a little bit absent, but I just needed some time off, I guess. And there's so much going on, right, with everything. And I just felt like a lot of intensity. I still feel it. It's just a lot of things converged. And I, I was like spending a lot of time home thinking, when I work on home stuff. But honestly, with all the, I don't say chaos here, it's like you hear people talk and everything, like I said, but it feels like it's really good for me to be here. And I had excuses before. I was like, oh, now that I've set it up, now I can, but yeah, now that I have set it up, I'm just gonna organize the other stuff there. But I just feel like it's very helpful for me to leave because of my ED and all that. I need a separation. Honestly, it's so good for me. So let's get started. Okay, I want to say that, and there's so much to talk about. Um, and and I'm sure I have missed out on a lot of things, but I have been watching, the news and everything. I'm watching the news, reading, and so forth. So I kind of have an idea here what to discuss. So let's get started. So this is the protection. I want to show this. It's kind of, I think it's funny. So I got this, I ordered this. It's a pyrite. Okay. And it's a stone for I think strength, physical strength, motivation, getting things done. But I think a lot of strength basically. But I just thought, how funny. Look, do you see a face like eyes and then mouth? And then we look here, it looks like what is Spider-Man? Look, the eyes. And when I see this face, it looks like an angry face to me, the eyes and the mouth. And it's like my anger, because honestly, I felt a lot of anger in the, last few days too. And I have tried to do in my own way, my own thing. I've tried to affect the bad people. Try to reach out to them. The other thing I was telling you guys I'm working on. So, but sometimes what happens is that it affects you too much and you just have to withdraw, because we want things to change. We want things to happen. And sometimes it's extremely frustrating when it doesn't happen exactly when you want it to happen. And like I said, I don't just mean the political stuff. I mean like business and otherwise, right? But we give it to God, right? So this is the protection. Let's do it. Let's ask for protection. A beautiful ray of light coming on top of my head as I breathe in. I feel my lungs as I breathe out. I create a circle. I create a circle. I step into it. I step into it. I feel protected. I feel connected. I like to ask that information come only from the highest sources, that I create the good and all the good, and so it is. All right. So, right. All right. All right. All right. So let's go. So we're talking now about the absolute the absolute travesty that's happening in Texas, where Republicans are redistricting, and uh, and it's very sad, right? That this has to happen. They want to redistrict everything so that only Republicans can vote, right? It's so that right they're going to basically elect only Republicans, and it's so. I don't know what to say. It's illegal. It's so gross. And the fact that these people are risking their lives. And when you read about them, they don't even it's not even a full time job for them. They have to have other jobs in order to do this, right? And they have to escape as if they were committing a crime. I mean, sometimes, honestly, guys, when I read this stuff, like I said, it's really so upsetting. It's so upsetting. Okay. Okay. So this is the broad Texas legislator situation with districting. So at this point, I am honestly more concerned with their personal safety. So what is going to happen to them? Oh, and I have to tell you this before I look into it. I had looked into it earlier, or it was yesterday at some point. I'll tell you what I saw. I saw that they would, the redistricting would pass, but it would be like, it's like it showed me this image of like this weights sinking the entire, like it would create a revolution. People are so angry, but right, given the situation, the power they have, and the government we have at the moment, that is what is happening. Okay, so show me what is going on here in Texas. Are they, and wow, it shows me them protected, and that they feel like this is almost like a holy mission to defend democracy when they're abandoned, right? Like who, who put them, right? So, okay, so then, and I see, interesting, it shows me immediately that the army is upset about it. Like that, remember this before, that the military would be the ones to save us. They can't do anything about it necessarily, but so then they have issued arrest warrants for them. Can you imagine? So what is going to happen here? What is happening? So I see the governor issuing the arrest. Oh, because they're tying this to redistricting to the aid for the floods, because this is how sick it is. So what is going to happen? I see that they have support, and even financial support maybe, because it is a dictatorship situation. But eventually they negotiate that they can come back without being arrested. But you know, the other thing I get is that it may take longer than they think. This may drag on. But the longer it drags, the weaker the government becomes, this government. And tell me more. Okay. Like I said, eventually I see it passing, but it becomes completely delegitimized. Okay. And I know, I'm sorry that I can't tell you, like, oh, what it, when the whole thing is going to pass, I don't know, but that's what I see. Now, what happens to the governor? I mean, how awful it is. What happens to the governor? See him eventually being arrested because, you know, he's corrupt AF. So, and you know what I saw also here, unfortunately, right? I see that the voting is rigged in Texas anyway, right? They know that the truth is they know they don't have enough votes. They have to rig the elections in order to win. They keep winning because the voting machines are, there's a lot of rigging, truly. And it's just really sad. And it shows that again, you know, I see the face of Kamala, and then having this like emergency voting, that everything, the votes have to be counted, that everything has to be counted and recounted for the elections, because it's a state of emergency. And it tells me, I'm telling you what I see here, that the coup has already happened, and they're trying to kind of keep a facade. They pretend like it hasn't, but it has happened. And this is why elections are so important, right? And they have to secure elections, and we can't have this attitude of like, oh, you know, like I said before, it's kind of like, what the hell? And I also want to address some like trolls. People come here, you know, there's that article, the guy who had worked at the CIA said that he had done some sort of a audit for NSA. I think the information is correct. And people who say the NSA does audit of elections, how come Reality Winner was arrested for finding documents that stated the Russians and breached the systems? So that's what I'm talking about, right? If people are just so like getting on like this, and don't fall for like this super. The point of this, guys, is that you have to keep talking about it. Okay. And I know there's such and such channel. I don't give a flying F about whatever anybody says. This is my channel. I do it my way. Everybody's free to do whatever their thing. But the same people that keep saying that Kamala should be the governor are like, you know, I just feel like I'm not, this is, you know, it is what it is. Okay. And so I've noticed a pattern of trolls coming for that. So I'm not interested. Okay. I stand by what I said. I think there is evidence that things have happened, whether there's a formal name for that or a formal name for that, whatever. It is what it is. Okay. So we have to keep talking about it. We have to keep talking about it. Don't let it die. Okay. And I see it's funny as I say this, the same Mark Rutte is agreeing with me. There's it can't be, and this is like, unfortunately, this is a situation that we're in where, and this is exactly, what I have to say, this is exactly the attitude that has led us to never talk about it. Oh, because the Republicans are very good at suing anybody who says the slightest thing and creating these like, oh no, but you should know that, so that it's like we have to be just so perfect with everything, and they get away with everything. No, you have to keep talking about it. Okay. And it's like those people that who are these people? Okay. There is evidence. There is enough there. People have seen that we have to keep pushing it. Okay. Instead of being like, oh, but that guy is a weird. The point is he was saying something that makes a lot of sense. Okay. So this is it. This is my right to say what I want because it's my channel. All right. Okay. So this is it. Okay. All right. So now, as far as the legislators, like I said, I see them negotiating a return of some sort, but I feel like they're going to have to stay away for a long time because those Republicans are criminals over there. Okay. And they'll go down in American history as being people who resisted the dictatorship. When it's like, guys, it's of course I want to keep everything kind of positive, but I'm angry. I'm angry. It's like, and it shows me why a lot of others don't do anything about it. Like, I don't understand, honestly. I know one day I will understand, but the situation is dire, has been dire for a long time, and this sort of passive attitude does not go anywhere. Okay. So for the same people that come to my channel saying, oh, well, this and that, why don't you call your representative instead of, you know what I mean? Do something, go after the Republicans. Okay. So my message, because these people are the heroic here. But it says it is, they're going to do this with districting, but it's not, but it's saying by the time the next midterm election, somehow it will not be in place anymore. It's going to be temporary, but this is just going to sink them. It's going to be their downfall. That's what I understand. Okay. So, so this is it for this topic at the moment. Okay. Let me go back here. Now, the latest here is Trump tells European leaders they'll continue Russia talks through in-person meetings with Putin. I don't know how well that's going to go. So, and it's, at the same time that he, oh no, I'm gonna tell them, I'm gonna tell them, I'm gonna tell them. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Then he does, right? He just like does that. He doesn't go anywhere. But oh, I go to Russia. I go to Russia. Important for me to tell him something in person. I go to Russia. I go to Russia. I need to go to Russia to tell him a special relations we have together. We have together loving relations. So, so, all right. So just one second. Let's go. Let me go see the look at that article. Oh, that's right. I haven't shown you the article. So look at that ridiculous trash. Okay. Trump tells European leaders he'll continue Russia talks through in-person meetings with Putin. The announcement follows a meeting between Putin and a Trump envoy in Moscow. Trump told European leaders Wednesday he intends to meet with Russian leader Vladimir Putin in person, and later told a trilateral with Putin and Ukrainian President Zelensky. Okay, what a joke, suggesting Trump still sees a possibility of ending the conflict through diplomacy. A German official told Politico that the US president informed European leaders of this plan during a Wednesday call. On this call were German Chancellor Friedrich Merz and Zelensky and other leaders. The official was granted anonymity to discuss the contents of the high-level phone call between Trump and European counterparts. No U.S. president has met with Putin since Russia launched its full-scale invasion of Ukraine in February 2022, though Trump has held several phone calls with the Russian leader since taking office. New York Times previously reported on the plan for the meeting. which the Times said will occur as soon as next week. The German official did not provide any details on the timing of the planned meetings. Okay, so what's actually going to happen here? Okay, seeing his blah, 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 blah. He has all the attitude like this, and then it shows me that he will, in fact. Wow, and it's so funny the image I see, and I feel like I've seen this before years ago too. An image of a manila envelope with pictures of him with girls, and there he's printed it out. Donald, I understand you put in theater. You want to be theater major. You were trying to do drama, little drama here there. We know truths about you, Donald. Donald, I know who you truly are here with the girl. I see you here with the girl. You see yourself here with the girl? Who is it here? It's you, monster face with girl. Here you don't with girl. Girl. No, but it's a pictures, and he opens the thing and puts on the table all these pictures. Donald, you know you for years. We go way back, you and I. I have here receipts for you. You need to stop this crap. We're tired of it. What do you think? Oh, you're forgetting. You're a dementia man. You have dementia. Do you understanding? Do you understanding what I have here? Huh? You are now okay. This is what I'm picking up his pause here because I know some people will say, Rosie, I don't understand what you're saying, but let me give you this footnote. So Trump has raised tariffs on India because India is apparently buying Russian oil. Okay. So then I see here Putin saying, why do you have to put money for India to pay more because buying from us? You know who we bought? You. We bought you. And now you're pretending you're independent minded. You're just insane guy. We know all the information. We know the truth. We know the truth, Donald. So I see that it kind of jolts him back. But and then he makes the same face. Remember when he had the Helsinki meeting? How he goes, like that face. So so that's right. Then it tells me here that he's going to, Putin it has magic skills to like talk to these people, manipulate them, threaten them. He knows what he's doing in that regard, right? So he does magic on him, and then Trump returns back to like Zelensky. No, he should really not. He should think twice. Remember when Zelensky went to the White House and how awful he was to. And it's interesting because remember it was when Trump started to, um, um, he started to like, you know, that's right. That's what led all the European leaders to support Zelensky because when everybody saw, right, how the situation was going to go. So now and I see again, it shows me that he eventually will ask our military to help them. But I see Trump feeling really cornered, like he can't win. And I see that he's like, but but I'm trying to destroy the American economy. I'm trying to destroy the Federal Reserve. Aren't you happy with me? Aren't you happy? Don't you know the truth here? Do you understand what's happening here? You understand? Do you know it? Do you know it? We are at war here. We want to kill all the Ukrainian people. And you are here helping them, telling things, stop a war, stop this. Right? They're like, no, we gotta win this war. And we pay for you. We know truth, we know you with the little girls. With the girls. You better act on it. You better act on it. And I also see the image of what's his name? The foreign minister or the spokesperson two different people, could be either one, but they mentioned something of the Epstein thing to kind of like time to get going, time for rush for Russia, rush time for Russia. Get ready, get together, get your act together, get your act together, Donald, get your act together. So interesting time, guys. I wish that it wasn't like this, but it's saying it tells me, Rose, you have to sink so that the whole thing needs to collapse. Because really, I think when you think, okay, Donald Trump is awful, right? That's a fact. But when you look at Texas, you see that he's not the only one, and that there's hundreds and thousands of people who are enabling this because they want it. They're holding on to power illegally, at least in a manner that is not democratic. And right, and you see this stuff happening, and it's like, come on, this whole thing is to collapse. It's messed up. Okay, so anyway, so this is this part. Okay, let's see more information for today. Okay. Okay, so next, Gabbard overrode CIA officials' concerns and pushed to release classified Russia report. CIA officials worried that the release of a House report on 2016 Russian election meddling could reveal top secret spying techniques and sources. But Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard authorized a lightly redacted version with President Trump's blessing. Okay, so immediately, I haven't even read the article, to be honest. I get that Trump is burning, like, we want to burn the sources, we want to burn these people because obviously they committed crimes, right? And they want to go after the law enforcement. So, okay, I'm gonna ask a question. It's like a dumb question, but I still, guys, it's not right. I don't want to keep banging at the same thing, but I legit don't understand why we let things get to this point. Okay, like, what is up with, like, you know what I mean? Like, couldn't have done something before. Okay, why didn't they? It's like this attitude. It shows me like almost like a cancer of this. Oh, let's be nice. Let's like there's people planted in the government before. And remember the guy Charles Mac something. Remember, he was an FBI agent with counterintelligence. Counterintelligence is the area of the law enforcement that checks what the foreign spies are doing here. So when you neutralize them, you have less people paying attention to what they're doing, right? And over time, it's like, and I feel like honestly, it's the effect of the Snowden BS, because what Snowden is that he shared all these secrets, right, publicly to make the government look bad. Oh, they're spying on people, blah blah blah. But I prefer the government than Facebook or Palantir, which is what happening now. The private sector is like profiting off of our data. That's messed up. But this is like, remember, they were so successful, the campaign that he did, that it's like people, oh, I don't want to, like, civil liberties, this is that. And I'm like, I don't care as long as you're going after the wrong people. Like, the people who are doing the wrong things, the good people. Like right now, they're using it to go after private companies. So I just like, it's ridiculous. Okay. So anyway, so then here we are. Okay. And it's saying the national security is a huge thing, especially for a country as powerful as the US. All the other countries want to take it down, right? So here we are. Now, of course, Gabbard did this. Now let's share here. All right. Okay. All right. So what is going to happen here, right? Okay. Gabbard, with blessing of Trump, overrode arguments from the CIA and other intelligence agencies. Source. That more of the documents should remain classified to obscure U.S. spy agency sources and methods. The people said speaking, but this is the right. This is obvious, and it's like none of this is it's shocking to anybody because they don't work for American interests. Like, this has to be said. So what is going to happen here with her, with this woman, and how close? And I see that there's people in there in these agencies that are trying to keep the secret. But I think it's saying I see her with the handcuffs. She's not going to get out of this. So let me ask a devil's advocate question. What did those people get out of with this thus far? What is different this time? It's saying because the actions are full and they're exposed, and it shows me that there's a huge crater opens up and they all fall into it. So are we gonna have a country by the time we leave? Serious question. How are we going to be able to clear these people out? Because it's a whole lot of people. And a lot of those billionaires like Peter Thiel and others, they clearly, and I'm not saying all of them, but some of them, the fascist ones, clearly love Putin. They're doing what wants, right? Just to weaken us. So how are we gonna get rid of? And I see again the face of Kamala Harris. She's like, "Bitch, I don't care who you are. I don't care how much money you have. Everybody going to be indicted, investigated. Like they have to push for this." That's right. And I see there's enough. I mean, again, guys, I don't know why or what necessarily, but it's saying, but it has to get to this point so that, like I said, everybody sees it. Even the people who voted for them, they're going to be kind of, I don't say they're allowed, I guess, to go all the way in to the end, right? And then the whole thing collapses to never be seen again. But it tells me this is what's happening now. It's not, what people need to remember is that this is not abnormal. This is what has happened for centuries, decades, and ever since it's like the civil rights era happened. But people didn't really face justice. So it's saying what we're seeing here is the smoke coming up from the Confederates. Those people wanted to create the America that they're trying to create now, which is the poverty of this lower class that they can control, and even slavery if they could, honestly. So we're going to see that Trump is the culmination of this ideology, and not just him, but all the people in Texas, right? The government in Texas, all these people have been stealing our rights. And for whatever reason, maybe capitalism, I don't know exactly what, it wasn't stopped before because it's saying there was a lot of gaslighting efforts happening, right? It's like, oh no, it's not so bad. We want to work together. And this whole guys, it's discourse of like, oh, let's be friends. No, you have to stop it. You have to all you have to do, the reality is this, is put people in jail. Don't just prosecute them. Just like, remember, guys, the amount of times Trump was stopped. Oh, but if he had he was just about to go to jail. Oh no, but this and that. Oh, we don't want to look like we're partisans. Really? So then they're going to take this further. So it's going to be a lesson, a hard lesson that we have to live through because those fools, right? Let this happen. And it's saying but they're going to suffer a lot. I just hope to God that what I'm seeing comes to pass of Kamala we need these elections where votes have to be on paper, have to be counted. You can't let this digital BS that can be changed because that's what's happening, right? Then I see, what's his name? Solonia being handcuffed also. We'll see. So what can we do, God? It's hard. Honestly, it's hard. It's saying keep pushing mentally, praying for the thing you want to see happening. Because it's saying the point of anger is to do something. Do what you can and pray. Not just please, just see the world. Because the gift that these people have is that they believe that their BS is going to come to pass. They believe it. They make it happen. Yes, they have money to make it happen. But God says that we are all equal. So we have the same powers. We just don't have to have money, but we have to keep pushing that the reality, the truth is the reality. They are living off of lies, and lies don't last forever. So it's this is an exercise in faith. and believe that you have power because you do. And if you doubt it, look at what Dr. King accomplished. And this is the bottom line. Like, he accomplished a lot. When at the time, people, I'm sure a lot of people were like, oh, just accept what we have. It's too hard. No, a lot of people died. A lot of people got beaten up. A lot of people suffered for this, and we can't give it up. Okay, and it's a kind of like a spiritual time in the sense that we have to believe, we have to stick to the truth instead of like, but I can't believe, like, oh my god. So it's not the work for now. It's like, keep projecting forward truth, right? So interesting. So this is it for now. Wow, guys, this is my return. So I don't want to make it too long. I'm happy that I'm back at the pink chair. Back at the pink chair. I'm back at the pink chair, huh? I'm back at the pink chair. So going forward, it'll be easier. Okay? All right. So thanks for watching. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Thanks for watching. Bye bye, guys. Bye. Love you. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Rosa's like, investigator. Hello, huh? Everybody. No, I have already done the production. So guys, interesting because I have finished the video. It's so when you finish the video on Zoom, it takes a while to like to download it into the computer. So it's doing that right now. And I just looked quickly at the news, and there was a couple of things. One is that I was reading this thing about this representative Corey Mills or whatever. He's an abuser, as are I think most of the men connected to Trump. And I got this message saying, Rosie, it is horrific, of course, right? You have to deal with this, but this is our time. They cannot take it away from us. So this is the last ditch, the last effort. But this is our time, and they cannot take it away from us. So I got this very strong message. And it is, again, instead of people repeating, oh my God, what my God, just grab the power that you have and say, this is our time. They're not going to take it away from us. Because I feel it tells me here 75% of the work they do is gaslight the population so that we believe that they have all of the power, but they don't have all of the power. We have power. And just as their 70% of the effort is to gaslight us into believing we don't have power, 75% of our efforts should be about believing in our power and exercising it, stepping into it, because this is our time and it's not going to last. It's their last breath. Okay, so this was the time. This is the message for the moment. Okay, all right. So I'm going to collate this together and then post it. All right. Okay. So now let's go to this other thing I had not looked at, but I think it's relevant. Okay, just 1 second. Okay, so this is the thing I wanted to discuss with everybody here. Oh, interesting. I find it interesting. So this is JDVance. So he's having this okay. This is JDVance having strategy meetings with Bondi, Blanche, and Patel. So I was talking earlier just now, and I realized that it wasn't being recorded. So I was at right before I realized I wasn't recording, I was saying that Blanche is telling everybody that Ghislaine Maxwell wants everything. She wants a pardon, she wants clemency, she wants the top of the menu, she wants everything. And I was saying that JDVance he has a degree in law from Yale Law School. He knows that this is it's kind of crazy. And so, and at the same time, I feel like he does want, like he knows that this is it's kind of like he feels in some way that if he encourages this to happen, he accelerates Trump's downfall. Makes sense. So it's kind of interesting. So what is he saying to them? What is he is like, okay, well, let's think about it. Let's get it done, because he sees that Trump knows that He's paralyzed. He's really afraid. He knows that he's sinking. He knows, he's aware of it. And I also feel like JD Vance sees that this is his opportunity. Okay. So what ends up, I see that okay, well, I'll speak to the president. Does he ask for the 25th Amendment? I feel like they all know when they leave this meeting that this is their downfall, no matter what they do. They know that she wants everything in exchange for silence, to say that, oh no, he has never done anything wrong. And I see that Vance knows, because Vance, I mean, he has the past where he said literally that he was gay when he was younger, right? For the Republicans, that should be technically right, but I guess they don't care. Like, they create any. I mean, look at a lot of them. Tom Cotton, there's so many of them, right? The guy from South Carolina, Graham, right? But okay, the point I'm getting here is that he knows that he hasn't. To be fair to him, he has been to some airplane with girls, underage girls. He knows that he has just 1 second here. Okay, so as I was saying here, it's not. He feels quietly happy because he knows no matter where it goes, it's going down. And I also feel like he kind of encourages the more extreme stuff, because again, he knows that this is his Trump's downfall. So, but that the other people, the Blanche and Bonnie, and all, they know it's the end. But for JDVance, it's a good thing that it's the end, because that means power is coming. And I see that he actually calls Peter to, like, Peter, guess what? And Peter like, oh yes, yes. Oh. So but like I said, guys, I still see that he's not. He is not. He'll be prepared for it. It will look like he's going to take the power, but it may not be true. Like, it may, stuff about the election may come out. Then I just never see him taking power. Okay, so he realizes he's going to have to vote down. Okay, but that's it. I think it's all accelerating. All right, so we'll see. We'll see what happens next. But that's what I get. That the more extremes, we're getting closer to the more extreme solution. Okay, and the closer it gets, the worse it is for them. So for Trump, and then JDVance doesn't know it, but it's bad for him too. So okay, all right. So this is truly the end for today. All right, okay. So see you guys tomorrow. Okay, bye.